All right, volleyballmagazine.com with Torrey Van Winden of the Big West Conference leading Cal Poly Mustangs. Thanks for taking time with volleyballmagazine.com. A couple of questions I want to throw your way are, with your second year being in the program and with it being yet another successful year, is this something you expected when you transferred into the program?
I definitely didn't have like crazy high expectations. I had known, I obviously had watched my sister's team play quite a few times. I grew up with Taylor Nelson, and I knew that first year last year, if we had some potential to do any big damage in the tournament, I thought that was our year last year. And obviously we had an amazing success throughout conference, and we did really well in, kind of well in the tournament. We went to the second round, which was big for Cal Poly, but definitely didn't expect this season to be as successful as it has been, so that was a pleasant surprise.
Now, with your team boasting a very similar record to last year, but it definitely has a different look, what do you attribute this year's success to?
I think this year we definitely have made a huge improvement in our blocking defense. We're digging a lot more balls, we're blocking way more balls, and we're just a lot more mindful. We don't make that many hitting errors, and we have a new Avalon is our new freshman setter, obviously, and I think that just having a different dynamic somehow has made us like a lot more deceptive, if that makes sense, to other teams. So we have some big arms, and I think with my sister just being in her senior season, she's really started to click with figuring out different ways to get kills, and having her hitting percentage just absolutely skyrocket, so that's great.
You've individually had great back-to-back seasons. In fact, you've got 4 Big West Player of the Week honors this year. You've got 8 matches which you've hit over 20 kills. What do you credit that to?
I think that after last season, I went back and looked at it, and there were just like so much room for improvement across the board for me, and one of those big things is blocking. So I think that just improving my all-around game and having a lot of experience on the beach this season as well, playing both left and right, just sort of broadened my vision, and I'm always working on being as offensive as I possibly can be. I know that that's kind of where a lot of my success and awards or whatever come from, but I think that gaining a better knowledge of the overall game, like defense on the other side per se, makes my offense seem a bit better as well. So yeah, you can always improve.
Now, with volleyball being a team sport, obviously you've got other teammates, but are there any particular teammates' performances this season that have really grabbed your attention?
I think just the shock of what our freshmen have done so far. I personally had no idea what our freshmen were going to bring to the table, and just with their attitudes, their effort, and their all-around buy-in to the program and our culture and what we believe in and what we want to achieve has really taken us to the next level this season, especially with Avalon Denekche and Meredith Phillips just coming out and completely buying in. I think I said in an interview last night actually that they really are like sponges. They just soak up information and they do what they're told, and they have great attitudes on the court. And then just that remaining culture of our 4 starters from last year between me, Adley, Catherine Broker, and Mercer, we've kind of been able to shape them into how we see fit, and it's been great. Also, just our coaching staff constantly pushing us and telling us, like, whatever about last season, we can do better, and we know that we can do better. We lost people, but we didn't lose everyone, and I think that was something really that we stuck on to. We grabbed a hold of that and ran.
Is there something that Coach Crossan delivers as a message regularly or consistently as kind of like a theme for this season for you?
Yes. The quote on the board that never leaves is think about what to do, not what it means. So constantly after maybe a bad practice in the gym, or you feel like you should, be getting this type of set or doing this better, or for example, our loss against Hawaii, it's constantly in his mind, just think about what to do, not what it means. And I think that that's helped our program in general. I think a lot of people get too caught up on what things mean rather than just what do you do in the next play? How can you better your teammates? How can you better yourself in the moment and not dwell on the past? So
Excellent. Now, as we get closer to the postseason, what kind of feeling is there on the team and in the locker room as you prepare for practices and matches?
You know, coming into the postseason, I think that we have a really great vibe as a team going into it. I think that we're at a disadvantage as being in the Big West Conference with not as much competition as the teams that we might see in a second or third round, who get to have those crazy 5-match games all the time, or 5-set matches all the time, with playing ranked opponents consistently. In a Power 5 conference, that's what you get all the time. We haven't played a ranked opponent since preseason, and so I think just really making that environment in the practice gym, that's the only time that we really are able to play a ranked opponent is against each other. And so I think that with our entire team buying into that concept and understanding that, and that our season ends sooner than most conferences, we need to take those 2 weeks to just rally the troops and absolutely grind it out, because we need to prepare for those bigger blocks, bigger hitters, better defense, all of those things that we're going to see.
Excellent. Well, thanks for taking time with VolleyballMagazine.com.
Yeah, thank you.